All right, Earth Science, you're going to go to modules and you're going to do today's attendance. No one did this yesterday. On remote days, this is what you are to be doing. You must go, if internet's working slow, go to modules, go down to today's date, and remember on yours you will need to click submit assignment once it opens to get to the text box. You will have a question to answer, and you will answer it in the text box. So where I have the word edit and things like this, you are going to have the word submit assignment. Click on that, you get a text box. For each layer of the atmosphere, and I think I misspelled atmosphere, state one thing that happens there or can be found there. Look back at previous assignments. All right, so some things that you can put. You've got the troposphere, which is the lowest layer of the atmosphere. It's where we are, and it is where weather occurs. And then the next layer up is stratosphere. It's where you find the ozone layer, and it's where commercial jets fly. And then you have the mesosphere, which you have meteors. When they enter, they burn up in this one. Then you have the thermosphere, where your satellites orbit and the space shuttle would go. Then you have your exosphere, which is a very thin layer of gases, and it's hard to tell where that ends and space begins. So that's what I was looking for there. You're going to go to modules, and since no one did their activities yesterday, there are 2 videos from yesterday that you need to make sure that you've watched on weather stations. And students that were here today got a paper copy of what we're doing. Always rush this and it shows up, goes slow. Alright, so if we come down here to, these are the 2 videos I had students watch today in class, and then we looked at Station Model Lab. So if the students that were here have this as turned in paper, remote students, you'll have to do it here and do the best you can online. So I'm going to go through some of it, so you want to have that up, as you can refer back to this video. In that document, you see that there are weather station symbols. You have a front and back sheet, or the front sheet that tells you what you can find on the weather map information station model, and the center tells you the amount of cloud cover. You've got your temperature, your dew point, your precipitation symbol here. You've got your barometric reading here, and I'm not worried about these other 2, and this is your wind direction here. The very front page tells you what is on what side of that. The back of that page tells you the different ways you can shade your cloud coverage and what the precipitation symbols mean. So we're going to read these, and so one thing you will need to change for me is there was a typo here, so let me get a color. This is going to be just Fahrenheit, don't worry about Celsius, and we're going to change this to dew point, and it's also in Fahrenheit. So for Station 1, this is Station 1, I am going to get temperature, it is 65, dew point is 64, barometric pressure right here. If this is greater than 500, you're going to add a 9 in front of the numbers, and then a decimal between the last 2 numbers. If this number is less than 500, you're going to add a 10 and then put a decimal between the last 2 numbers. So for Station 1, it's greater than 500, so I'm going to say 9, then 99 point decimal 8. Alright, so you were given the 998, we add one more 9, put a decimal between the 9 and the 8. Precipitation type is right here. Equal marks, if you look on the other page, is fog. Percent cloud cover is totally colored in, so it's 100%. Wind direction, which direction is the little stem pointing? It's pointing to the south. This is an S. The feathers, the long feathers are worth 10. The short is 5. So 2 long and 1 short, that is 25. And then we're not worrying about the bottom one here. I'm going to do station 2 with you as well. Okay, so we have 84. We have dew point of 60. Barometric pressure is less than 500, so I'm going to do 10, 0, 1. But before I do that last one, I'm putting a decimal 1. There's no precipitation, so I'm just going to draw a line. There's no symbol there. Percent cloud coverage. I have to look now at my little diagram. It says 1 over 10. 1 over 10, if you do not know that that's 10%, you would take 1, put it in the calculator, divide by 10 times 100, and it gives you the percent. Wind direction, it is pointing to the west, so you're going to say west. And there's one little thingy there. It's a half, so it's a 5. For that one. I'm trying to make my 5s look different from my S's. So that's how you're going to do this. You're going to have to use the charts that are on the paper. Now, the other part that we did, students worked and completed 3, 4, and 5 on their own. Then I had them do this. So you're going to also use those charts on the front, and you're going to fill this in. So I did Rochester with them. So 69. I'm going to go ahead and look at my wind direction. It's southwest, so I'm going to go ahead and draw that before I put my dew point. My dew point is 58, so it'll go down here. Southwest, 16. I'm not going to worry about the little 16. I'm going to put a long and a short. Not very good drawing there. All right, for my barometric pressure, I am marking out the 10. So I'm going to put 1, 6, 9 at the top, remove the decimal. 50% means I'm going to draw a line down the middle, and I'm going to color the half that it shows me in my diagram. This should be all colored in, but it's hard to do that on here. And that is all that you do. You will do Buffalo. I'm going to do Syracuse. Syracuse is also southwest. I'm going to go ahead and draw that. And it's 2 long arrows. I'm going to get that out of the way so I know where to write my numbers. 70 at the top. 69 for the dew point. I've already done the wind. Air pressure, I'm going to mark out the 9. I'm going to have 9, 8, 2. 25% is the, look at your paper, it's going to be this percentage here. If you cut it into fourths, it's going to be this one little fourth here. Drizzle. Drizzle, you look, and it is like a comma, something like that, but best you can make it. I'm using the computer. So then you're going to draw the others. So we did Rochester and Syracuse together. Tomorrow I'm going to go through the remainder of this, and you're going to work on that. But that is what we did today in class.